So, Cheeks, you're a Millwall fan now.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
You sure?
Look at me, bro. Do I look like a Millwall fan? Do I look like one?
You did the other day.
I was just watching, man. Just scouting. Nothing too serious.
Sure?
Watching a bit of football. I'm a football fan. Never.
You sure?
Never.
I think that... Okay, cool. I must have been imagining something or I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm just imagining stuff. Surely not you.
Millwall? As if. As fucking if.
Fair. All right, welcome back to the Two Left Feet podcast. So, context behind that. That would just be a little bit for the shorts. Very good acting skills. I think BAFTA's on its way. Chika and me went to the Millwall game on the Monday. Thought we'd test that out. So we had a clip that...
Shit, it was a week ago.
Is it a week ago now?
Yeah.
What day is it? Oh, it's a week ago today. Yeah.
Anniversary. Happy anniversary, man.
Yeah, cheers, dude.
Then.
Yeah, when we thought we would die.
Oh, yeah.
When we were there, one of the guys we were with was teasing me because I was a bit worried about the Vlahovic video that went out because I was talking about how
Who's Vlahovic?
Sorry, not Vlahovic. What's his name?
Mihailo
Ivanovic. There you go. I was obviously that video. I was laughing at Millwall.
Mate, the servers are gonna get onto you, bro.
It's all right. I was laughing at the fact that he
could have taken that. I said it's all right. Like he could just bat you guys away.
I thought it was funny that
Pushka.
Oh, just steady on, geezer.
Yedi govna.
Mutumo nene.
Yebumte.
That's not. Is that Nigerian?
No, these are all Serbian.
Definitely wasn't.
These are all Serbian.
That sounded Nigerian. That sounded more.
Yebumte.
That sounds more Nigerian than it does surname.
Yedi govna.
I could say something back in Albanian, but I'm not.
Don't do that.
Corrupt. So what's his name? Mihailo Ivanovic. We made a video on him and he done quite well. And I shat myself because quite a lot of Millwall fans commented at me laughing about it being a family club. To be honest, there was one moment where I thought I lost you. And I did.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I could see you walking around like. So because I was in and out of the toilet, innit?
Yeah, Chika went to the toilet and I came out and I was just like, I was coming out. I was like, where is this guy? Because I didn't see you leave. And I'm like, where is everyone? Where's Chika? I'm like, oh no, I've lost the video idol. It's Kendall. My friend is actually dead. Like, I shouldn't say this because we actually did have a good experience at Millwall, I'd say, for the most part. For the most part. It wasn't... I mean, you'd be one to comment as well. I don't want to say it's probably a different experience for you. Hence me panicking about you in the toilet. But essentially, Chika, I couldn't find Chika after he came out the toilet, and like it felt like I'd lost my kid in like John Lewis or something, but a lot more extreme. Was worrying about stereotypes of certain fans, and yeah, genuinely, you started panicking. Do you remember when you saw my face when I finally found you outside?
I could see you, literally. I was watching him for like about 30 yards away, just outside with the boys. And like, it's weird, like the way that the den works is like, you can be outside, you can be inside, and it's kind of flowing. Like, you don't have to just be, once you leave the ground, you can actually re-enter. It's weird. But we had left and we're 10 yards like away outside. And then I was just waiting for him and my mate Jacob to come out. And I just see I see Jack darting, just darting 5 yards that way, 5 yards this way, literally looking for me. I was like, I'm going to have to go there, get him, settle his nerves.
Yeah, and he did. It was, I was very panicked. Apart from that, so it's a good experience. You confused a lot of people.
If anyone was more worried, Jack was probably more worried than me.
Which definitely should not be the case.
My mate came up to you, was like, "Your mate, he's a bit of a nervous wreck, isn't he?"
Did he?
When he went up to you, he was like, oh, they come up to me, they're like, they saw your video, this guy was like, "Oh, is that the guy from TikTok? What you got? What's he doing here?" And you're like, "What? He saw me."
Yeah, GG. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, it was a good day out. I've never been to a game like that. Like, just as soon as you set foot in like Bermondsey, South Bermondsey, like you come out the station, you feel like the harshness. It was cold. Don't get me. It was a cold night out. Dark, but you just feel the atmosphere of the club, and like you kind of soak it in. I don't know if maybe we're just nervous walking in there, but
Well, from your mate's opinion and through the way I was acting, I definitely was nervous.
but I was kind of excited just to see, like, because I knew nothing was gonna happen. Like, I know Millwall has this reputation and all sorts of, but I guess we were just going there to like actually
Experience
it. At the end of the day, football is another game. See how the stadium compares, how the fans compare, and just see what the fuss is about.
Yeah.
See if they all talk.
Yeah.
If they all talk, but
You're the one talking the most.
I wouldn't say that. Right? I was just trying to indulge in the culture, in the football culture, the Millwall culture, southeast. Do you know what I mean? So, but nah, what did you think?
Well, I'm a nervous wreck wherever I go. That analysis was very accurate. I've got nerves in my bones. But once I calmed down and grew up, I had quite a good time, yeah. Chilled. I was quite relaxed. I can see why it won Family Club. I don't laugh at that anymore, to be fair. Like, there was a lot of kids out with their families and stuff like that. And to be honest, I didn't really have any interactions bar the people who were with, but there's no problems from what I could see. Everyone was pretty chill, pretty relaxed, very passionate about their club. I didn't hear anything bad.
I definitely wouldn't describe it as chill and relaxed.
Sorry, not chill and relaxed. But like, I didn't feel nervous as I grew into the game. I'm not sure about you. I can't really talk from your point of view, but yeah, I didn't think it was bad as it's made.
No, I enjoyed it. You can tell that they were passionate, but it wasn't. I guess it was a Monday night. It's difficult to suss out the energy on a Monday night. Everyone's coming from work. The game was on TV, so it wasn't full to the brim. Like, I don't know. Like, I would say the atmosphere wasn't great, but it's hard to judge on a random night, especially for a London derby. I felt like the energy was a bit negative. Like, maybe because the football was a bit drab, but you know, you see, like, it's definitely a scary stadium to come to. The heckling, it's a lot of pressure to play under the lights there, and all sorts. And like, it was definitely a tense environment. I'll still say it was very tense, even though we were all having a good time watching the football.
We were probably quite annoying actually, because we were quite like quite
100%. Like, we were basically tourists there, innit?
Yeah.
So, but no, like, had a good time. Probably needs to go again to suss it out on a Saturday or Sunday to see, you know, is it a family club? Really dig into it, really delve into like what it's about. Probably soak in the atmosphere a little bit more. But yeah, job done. Made it out. Bob's your uncle.
And you're alive.
I'm alive.
I will say one thing. When I watched back the highlights,
Yeah.
I could spot us in the crowd really easily. Why do you think?
Because of me. Yeah, I actually didn't see one person of colour.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The only people of colour were on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, it's a family club. Fuck them all.
It was really funny. Like, I went to watch like us because we were behind the goal.
Yeah.
I was like, where are we? It's like, oh, that's Chika.
So I was wearing my Palace. I was wearing a Palace jumper. Obviously the brand, but obviously it could be mistaken as Crystal Palace. And underneath that, I was wearing my OVO top, which is like an owl. It looked like a Sheffield Wednesday top. So I didn't go into that game like.
No, but I don't think that's the reason why I recognise you in the crowd, bud.
Fucking hell, we would have recognised us for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Yeah, even seeing some of my mates get into it, man.
Were you the only? So you were the only.
Apart from the people working there, yeah. Also, they didn't search on the door. Did you not find that fucking weird?
Yeah, that was a bit odd.
like walked up in there, bro. The stewards or whatever you call them, they were just leaning on the door, be like, "Get in." And I was like, "Well, you're not gonna search me or what?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn!" Like, I've never been to a stadium or arena or anywhere that I haven't been searched. I even get searched at the fucking Camden Assembly, bro. Like 200 cap, bro. Get patted down. Get the one down.
Although it would have been a terrible look for the club if you were the only one that got patted down.
Yeah, 100%. But fucking half the people that work there are fucking black as well.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you saying fucking black, man.
To be fair, again, it was a Monday night.
The food was awful.
Oh yeah, I had a pucker pie. I was very happy.
See, I didn't know. I've never heard of a pucker pie. So when I saw it, I was like, why is there sausage roll in a fucking plastic container? Like what the fuck? It's like, oh, can't actually get some fresh sausage rolls. But I went to work the next day fuming because it also cut.
And then you got ketchup on your train.
It cut the. Some people thought it was blood. It cut the top of my mouth, and I was complaining. They're like, went into work the next day. I was like, oh, look at this. Like, obviously, maybe I'm spoiled. Maybe I'm spoiled. At the Emirates we get sushi apparently, but nah, like, I was like, what the fuck is a pucker pie? Apparently, it's part of culture.
Yeah, it's like proper pie and mash culture. Yeah, I went to a Barnet game when I was a kid, and that's the first ever pucker pie I had.
I went to a Barnet game. I tell you what, I didn't actually fucking eat any of that shit. But
you used to play for Barnet. That's right.
I guess you've got to really indulge whilst you're there.
Yeah, we
become
did.
one of them.
We did, and again, we had no trouble for the most part. Again,
no, I dropped my AirPods. A lovely chap spotted them. I didn't spot them. It's like, oh mate,
yeah,
AirPods on the floor.
Yeah, I think when you started chanting, there were definitely some confused faces, but I wouldn't say it was.
What's their chant as well? What's their chant?
Whoa!
Nah, it was Mill, nah?
Oh yeah, Mill!
Mill! What's the one? No one likes us. No one likes us.
You did enjoy it.
What is it?
Yeah.
How's it go?
Do you know what was quite sweet though? Like, there were a few fans that were like looking at you and like smiling. Not everyone, but there were a few that were like, oh.
They're like Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Is it Uncle Tom or Uncle Sam?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you had a decent experience.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that chant, man. Yeah, no, great experience.
Yeah, like, sorry, I am making jokes here and there, but we did actually. That's just our humour. But we definitely had a good time still. So, yeah, again, your experience, stereotypically, I don't really know how to explain it. Yeah, again, you should have been the one going in with more nerves. Let's just say that based on stereotypes.
You just got to internalize it. Like, if something happens, I'm still with my boys.
Yeah.
And it's a story at the end of the day.
Yeah.
There's tougher shit to go into. Like,
Right.
I'd rather go for a walk in Bermondsey than fucking Tottenham at this rate.
Yeah.
No one likes us. We don't care. We are Millwall. Super Millwall. We are Millwall from the dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But they get proper into it.
Yeah, they do. They really do. And we went past like a certain pub and we were like, fuck.
Yeah,
That's
he was like,
crazy.
Yeah, you can get G-checked there.
Yeah. But yeah, again, my experience was fine. From the sounds of it, your experience was all good.
Yeah, it was more than fine.
Yeah. I'd say that is one good thing about you, mate.
100%. I feel like,
What?
if you're ever coming from another country, want something to do, and you want a nice little day out with the kids, definitely take them down to a Millwall game. Proper British culture. I think you have a time of your life. Great food, great snacks. The staff are very friendly, and even the fans as well. They're really, there's no foul language at all.
Okay, maybe. I don't really know where to go with this because I feel like I'm making the joke. I was being serious. I was like, the one great thing about you, like regardless of anything, is you do just throw yourself in the maddest situations.
You got to, man.
You're so calm about everything.
You have to be. If
Yeah.
they smell.
No, but not just this situation. I'm just saying in life. Doesn't matter
yeah.
about stereo or whatever context is around the situation. You're very good at that.
Yeah, man.
That was just a compliment.
No, thanks, man. You too, man.
No, I'm a nervous wreck in every situation.
Yeah, but
I
it's
go
good to
into.
have someone like that. You balance each other out.
Yeah, to be fair, we did. And ironically, you should have been the one more nervous about his
There
meet.
were certain times I was nervous, like, you know, kind of walking through the crowd, a couple of looks here and there. But they're probably just like, is this guy a Millwall fan? That's what could be that.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're definitely, when they say no one likes us, it's kind of like a family thing. Like, if you're not from here, why are you here? And what is your objective? Which I kind of understand. So, but yeah, definitely United there at Millwall.
Yeah, it was a good experience. We had a laugh, had a good day out. It was nice.
Yeah, the staff were kind of mean though. Some of them. I remember I was like, I was confused because I was like, what do I get?
Oh yeah, she was quite.
She was so mean, bro. I was, I bet, I'm trying to make conversation. I'm like,
yeah, she was not having it.
I was like, what you got? She's like, I got this and this. It's like, like, what do you like? Like, is it nice? And she's like, I don't know, pick one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, goddamn.
Did you feel like Oliver Twist?
No.
Please, sir, can I have something? Please, miss.
I wanted some help as a fellow brother.
Well, sister.
I'm the brother.
Yeah.
They told me what. Anyway, but yeah.
No. So, anyway, we had a good day out. That's the most important thing. And we both have our opinions. I think we've voiced that.
Yeah, I'm going back, man.
Would you actually?
Going back, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fair play to Millwall. We had a good day out. I'd say it's not as bad as people make out in my conclusion, but again, your conclusion might be different. What would yours be? Had a good day?
Yeah, it's fair to say I'm a bushwhacker now.
Fair. All right, on to the football of the weekend.
That's crazy.
On a more positive note, before you finish your ACCA,
just telling everyone I got a betting addiction.
That's been brought up multiple times on this pod.
Yeah.
You put a bet on with one of our fucking followers. Did you sort that out, by the way? Newcastle fan.
Nah, I need to pay him.
Okay, cool.
He didn't ask for it, but I do need to. I'm one guy that sticks by my bets.
Yeah, there you go. No more betting with people that follow us. That is a one-way ticket to cancel this.
It's a relationship. It's a friendship. It's just getting to know the followers. One man to another.
I love how because this is so small, it's still raw. Like, imagine if we were like even half its size bigger than we are right now. We would just not be able to talk about this.
Hey man, god damn.
All right, well when that's brought up,
that's how we make our money. Me betting.
Okay, thoughts on the Arsenal Newcastle game?
Oh fuck me, man. Fuck me. I was so confident going into that game. Like, I think it kind of got to the point where I feel like we've kind of graduated from that level where we don't get bullied anymore. Like, we go to Newcastle and there's be so many occasions where, we'll dominate play, but like, they'll leave something on us and then we'll kind of shy away. But we kept going. We created chances. Probably unlucky that Pope was in such good form. Saved from Timber. Saved twice from Eze. And, we had, obviously, we scored from 2 set pieces, but, fucking Newcastle, massive team. Physical team.
I lost my head during that game.
Yeah, it was probably probably the hardest game I watched all season.
It was, Joel Linton was doing my head in. Like, I know it's the way they play, and look, we can be a bit naughty from corners, so I understand I know the Uno reverse that we played back at Arsenal fans, but like some of the off the ball stuff was actually doing my head. Who's number 18 for Newcastle? I've never really seen.
Osula.
He was doing my...
He was running around like a headless chicken, innit?
And just fouling people 24/7. I think he'd done something towards the end on Timber or something like that. And it absolutely... Bro, I was upstairs watching it with my mum. And like, usually I try not to swear around my mum too much and like use certain words.
That's what Millwall does to you.
Yeah, it's Millwall Monday, mate. But I just thought Newcastle was so badly behaved. I've watched them a few times now and I've never seen them be that bad off the ball, and that's coming.
Come on, Joe Linton. You see what he did in the first minute to Saka?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he was getting into fights with Arsenal people on the bench, and then like, oh, I did love it when he started hyping up the crowd and then seeing his face at the end. He was just so badly behaved. Fair enough, they're winners. I would love my team. It's like that Diego Costa kind of thing. Winners.
Who?
Well, they didn't win that game, but
Newcastle aren't winners, bro. The problem I have with Newcastle is like, you love the passion that they give. Like, obviously they're a proper football club, got proper fans, and like, I don't really hate their fans. I don't really hate their football club. I've got a good affinity with them. Like, they got an image, and like they got like a whole holistic view of how they see football. Whatever, it's gritty, but at the same time, for them to make that next step, like do well in the Champions League, and like, you know, maybe become, I don't know, one of the top 6 officially, I think they've really got to steer slightly away from this, you know, like get into them first minute, like bully them and like passion merchants. I just feel like there needs to become a point where you have certain players that will unlock or create something special. Obviously they've lost Isak, but they replace him with another fucking 6'8" fucking Peter Crouch fella. They got Elanga on the thing. They just needed someone that can actually just have a bit of pizzazz, a bit of like technique, a bit of space to dribble. Just not someone that's just a pure athletic build, if that makes sense.
Would Tonali or Bruno Guimaraes have a bit of that?
100% they do, but it's now gotten to the point where they have more emphasis on just sticking it into their man, and like, I think they've lost that bit of the game which has a bit of magic. I think Tonali is very technically gifted as well. Probably don't see it enough, but like, you can see the way he strikes the ball, see the way he moves on the pitch. Like, it's very easy for him. Bruno Guimaraes, you know how much I love him as a player, but like, how many times did we see him create anything that was like, wow?
Yeah, that's true.
Remember that last year he was fucking pinging balls, switching them, like driving through the midfield, but now he's just trying to like playing easy, simple passes, like just, you know, hyping up. Like, I think they need more players that are just less like brutes, like Joe Linton and stuff. People like I'm trying to give good examples here, but like
an Odegaard, like a 10.
Eze, Odegaard, Morgan Gibbs. I think Morgan Gibbs would be great for that squad. If they can get a couple of other players out wide next to him, like a good right winger that, you know, like they're all just physical and run speed and like strong. Like, I think they just, for their development as a football team, I think they just need some of those players that you can actually call world class in terms of the final third. Obviously, they've lost Isak, which is they didn't want to do, and that whole saga has definitely impacted them. You can see that split the squad down the middle, and it's hard to recover emotionally from that. But yeah, I feel like I'm talking a lot about Newcastle. But
no, I think it's really interesting. I didn't think we were going to go down this route.
Yeah, true.
I'm really fascinated by it. Do you know what? I'd agree. I don't think you look at that team apart from. I looked at it before the start of the season. I thought, oh, do you know what? They're going to hit them on the counter. You know, Gordon, Elanga. Elanga's not even starting. Jacob Murphy's starting, but he's still a similar kind of builder player. But I saw that team and I just thought, oh yeah, they'll hit them on the counter kind of thing. But they need something else. You're right. They need times where, because Newcastle are a better team than quite a few teams in this league, especially with that squad.
Control the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's going to be times where they're not going to have to play on the counter, and they're going to need to have players that can break down a low block, and they don't really have that.
Bro,
can you think of an intricate player that could like break the lines in the
none of them
attacking
just
midfield?
Bruno, but he's asked to do so many different things in that team. Like, no, none of them can pick a pass apart from Bruno. Like, maybe Tonali sometimes, but Exhibit A, Liverpool, Newcastle. Gordon's gone flying into that challenge for no reason, got sent off, and now their back's against the wall. It's like, there's no need for it sometimes. Like, sometimes not making a challenge is the better thing. Like, make Van Dijk turn back to goal. Like, why are you trying to leave one on him? Like, I think the focus just needs to go away from physicality and just to more, you know, actual football.
Yeah.
Like, I got a lot of love for Newcastle. You know, one city club, all of that, great fans, historic stadium, but I think they've got the money, the resources, and probably the pull to bring in a player like a flary player, a luxury player, but I don't know. Not that I worry for them. I'm sure they'll make their way back to the top 8. It's been a tough start to the season. They've had some tough games, and they're still fucking hard to beat.
Yeah.
But I think they're just missing that thing that will probably keep them permanently above the likes of United and Tottenham.
Yeah. Very well said. It's been on your mind.
Yeah. Since the beginning of the season, since it started.
Yeah, very interesting take. Now, I haven't seen Arsenal come behind in a long time. I think a lot of the time when I've been analysing them, you look at the record in the last few years and we don't really come from behind. When we're dominating games, we dominate. And when we're behind, we really struggle to get back into games. And this was a welcome surprise. But in a way, I'm kind of not surprised because it was a really... Another reason why I found it really frustrating is because Arsenal really dominated.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Arsenal dominate a game like that. Attacking really
City?
well.
City game? Dominated that game.
Yeah, but there wasn't a flow to it like in this game.
Because he had the fucking handbrake on.
Yeah, he had Marino on, and Marino came on and did really well, of course, and gave another dimension to the game. But I think Eze and the 10 worked really well, and I think when Odegaard came on and sat a bit deeper in the 8, I thought he did really well as well, like a deep line playmaker. Yeah, we're all over them. Eze had a few good opportunities. Pope made a few good saves. I thought Pope was really good.
Right.
There's no way Ramsdale's getting in that team. And yeah, it was just really positive. But that was another reason why.
The last 5 minutes.
Yeah, he fucked that. Like, playing it out too quick.
And what you like, he grabbed, he didn't know near you.
Yeah. Look, we can talk about the penalty decision.
And the fucking corner.
We can talk about the handball. We can talk about loads of stuff. That's boring. Everyone's going to be covering it. Let's talk about more positive stuff in general. Gabriel.
Was it a pen?
Yeah. I don't think it was, but if I was supporting Newcastle, I'll be honest, I'd feel very hard done by. But then again, I don't think... I'll be completely honest with you, I don't think the Gyökeres one's a pen.
I think it's a pen.
Do you?
I'm a striker, innit? Like, I'm getting to that ball. You might have got a nick on it. I'm getting to that ball.
He
like,
wasn't.
Huh?
He wasn't. Anyway, we can talk about this.
Was.
Okay. It's be boring chat that everyone's already talked about. Anyway, at the end of the day, Arsenal won the game. As Saka said in his post-match interview, like, we don't care now. Like, we won the game. I think the evolution of Gabriel needs to be talked about more because I think people forget that in the first few seasons of Gabriel, he definitely had the mistake in him. And I remember that's why a lot of Arsenal fans were desperate to get a Saliba in. And yeah, I remember a few times watching Gabriel earlier in his career for Arsenal. I'm like, ooh, he does kind of fuck up here and there. Like he slips on the ball, he plays the wrong pass. And don't get me wrong, he actually did make a mistake in the game. Like, that's never a foul for Newcastle's goal.
Mm.
Like
he does that every now and again. Like,
he
ducks.
Yeah, he does.
You're the biggest guy in the whole fucking league.
Yeah, but
pattern up.
So he does have a mistake in him, but that's more notable because it happens a lot less. But when he first joined, it was like every now and then. But he would still be a valuable player because you're like, oh Jesus, this guy pulls off the most outrageous blocks and brings so much more to the team in regards to offensively heading balls out. Like, his aerial dominance is ridiculous. His power is ridiculous in the air. And I think technically he's got a lot better. And I think the biggest thing with Gabriel is his leadership. I think, and because at first you need to remember, like, the guy didn't speak English, and I don't think he speaks like amazing English still, but like you can see him on the pitch, he's got a different presence to him. Maybe it's maturing, but I think I don't think Gabriel is anywhere. I think Gabriel now is a lot better than when he first joined Arsenal. So I don't really know who you praise for that. Did he join under Emery? Yeah. So I don't really know who you praise for that. I mean, I suppose we praise Adu. Adu or Emery, one of the two.
Joking, yeah.
But yeah, he. I just think it's incredible, and he got asked, is he the best centre back in the league? And maybe bar Van Dijk. I say yeah. Do you agree with that?
I think he's been the best performing. I think I'll probably still go Van Dijk and then Saliba.
You still think Saliba's better?
I think Gabriel's been a more important player for us for the past year like 365 days. I think he's been so solid and was one of our best players last season. Scored goals, was always there, blocks, leader as well, and never backed down. But, you know, if I'm talking about who's a better player.
No, but Saliba's younger. Saliba will become a better player than Gabriel, but I think right at this moment, based on... I think Saliba actually has made more mistakes than Gabriel.
Yeah, Saliba's been a mistake with him for the past 6 months. Like, so there's no doubt about that.
But I
made
think,
a mistake as soon as he came on.
Yeah.
Missed the ball.
I think Saliba's more of a silent leader. He does get hyped and he does like amp up the crowd here and there, but I think Gabriel, he just has a different presence to him than Saliba. Say Saliba's better on the ball. Saliba's technically better. Saliba's like, for a centre-back, he's surprisingly really good on the ball.
Yeah,
but
even Gabriel's looking a lot more steady on the ball sometimes now.
But this is what I mean. When Gabriel came in, like, I feel like it was more like oomph. He was great in the air, of course, and he would read the game brilliantly. He was fast, strong. He had all these great attributes, but now he's technically brilliant as well. And yeah, he always had the football IQ. But I think what's improved the most is, one, his leadership, and two, his technical ability. And like, you know, you're looking at Saliba now, and he does make the odd mistake more than Gabriel. But the reason why I can point that out and I can remember that so well is because neither really make that many mistakes. So you remember them more. Whereas if you look at Canate at Liverpool, Jesus Christ, he's making a lot, and like he's making Van Dijk in a way look even better. Because like, Jesus, if Van Dijk weren't there, Liverpool would be in a lot more shit, I think. But yeah, no, I just think the journey of Gabriel's brilliant. Yeah, is there anything in particular that you just love about him? Because I love this guy and his turkey teeth.
Turkey teeth. I just love his love for Arsenal. He steadies the ship. Probably makes everyone around him more calm. It's quality, man. Quality. It takes responsibility now. That's what you want. Just take responsibility. Don't shy away. Like, he made that mistake. He was the first to that header. Made sure he scored. Made sure he was challenging for it. So, and he won man of the match. Yeah.
His performances now aren't just great like they would be when he performed well before. They're mature. That's the difference with him now. Ange Postecoglou, after explaining all that backstory in the last pod, has come into Nottingham Forest. Who's he lost to now? He's lost, I think out of his last 5 games, he's drawn 2 and lost 3. That is terrible. And the thing that worried me in the game against Sunderland was they looked so defensively frail. The goal for Sunderland was like a set piece routine that a Nuno team, I feel, defensively set would deal with. And it wasn't a very complex routine. It was like 2 players shielded the ball and then one came around the back. Albacete, is it? The Paraguayan guy. When you've got such a successful defensive team, you haven't changed your philosophy that much to play attacking football like you want. And you're starting to look defensively frail already. For me, that's sending off panic signs if I'm a Forest fan. Like, I see meme pages talking about relegation, and this has happened very quickly after pushing for Europe last season, being in Europe, I mean, in one way or another. But I can't wrap my head around it. That is... I know I got the Steve Cooper like reappointment of Nuno instead of him wrong, but I'm lost for words, Cheeks. What about you, mate?
Look, like, we all know. I was gonna say Siao loves his boy, innit?
Oh, Siao from Hammersmith. Yeah.
Siao loves his what's his name? Ange. He's just. I think what makes the biggest difference at that level of football where you're kind of battling mid-table is like your coach. The difference between being an average team that's kind of keeping their neck above water or an average team that's overperforming, like Bournemouth or, you know, maybe Crystal Palace, is the manager. And the same effect that the manager will have on you is the same effect that if you have a poor manager, he can drag you down with him, or poor coach, he can drag you down with him. And I don't think Ange can coach this team to the level where they expect to be after reaching the Europa League.
Yeah.
And I don't think I watched parts of the game. I kind of fell asleep at certain points, but I don't think they were that poor. Like, they definitely dominated the game. They had chances to score, probably a bit more than Sunderland. But at the end of the day, like, that's not what matters. They went goalless. Chris Wood is now out of form. He dropped Morgan Gibbs White for the game, brought him back on to get some change out of it because I don't know. I don't think they'll be in a relegation fight. I think it's going to swing. And I know that the one good thing about Ange is that he's a good man manager. People kind of get behind him if he can get close to them. I think he can probably, it's not impossible for him to get change out of that squad. Like, they've got some good players there. They've had some good times last year. It's not going to be easy, but I don't know if they're in trouble yet. I feel like they definitely should have sacked Nuno, but they've done what they've done. They've got to stick with their guns and hope it'll be all right. They probably need to get used to Ange's methods of playing. It's completely different to what Nuno was doing. Yeah. So, you know, is new manager bounce even a thing anymore?
That is a great question. I don't
think it is, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know, it just doesn't have that same effect anymore. Like, and Nuno was very close to the players. I don't know if that's had an effect, but how do you go 2-0 up against Swansea? You get dicked 3-0. Three goals in late on in the game. Like,
but that's the thing that worries me, because that was a good defensive unit before, and now they're conceding 3 to Swansea in the Championship, and like, I just can't wrap my head around that good a defence now being so frail. It just doesn't make sense in my head. So I think it just shows that Ange doesn't really know how to set up a team defensively. So how quick do you pull the trigger on playing the football that he really wants to play?
For me, I don't know if it's frailty, defensive frailness. I think it was more concentration. If you look at when you're 2-0 up.
But that sorry to interrupt you, but that shouldn't be an issue, because last season they were so dominant defensively. So how can you randomly now be terrible concentration-wise?
I think it's down to the coach. Your coach, the way you play reflects your coach. I think if you've got a coach that's meticulous, very detail orientated, you're going to be switched on all the time, because you know you're going to get a fucking earful.
Yeah.
You know, and you know you got to be doing your job, or at least do your job, and trust your teammate. So I feel like they probably haven't had that with Ange, and I don't know. Look, what we're talking about is hearsay, is our opinions. Who knows what's going on in the dressing room? Who knows how Ange actually is with the players? But you can't tell me he's more detail orientated than Nuno. I just believe that they're definitely going to regress, but I just don't think it'll be that much. I think give Ange is not that awful. He's not as bad as people seem.
No, I don't think he's as bad as it seems. I just think it's the wrong decision and it wasn't the right timing.
At the end of the day, if you fall out with your boss, your days are numbered.
Yeah, but he fell out with his boss for reasons. Because he was going to get replaced.
No, but I thought he fell out with his boss because he didn't get along with him, and then there was rifts.
No, because I remember I was saying that Marinakis was looking for an excuse to sack Nuno. And so he essentially sent Nuno crazy. And that's why they fell out.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. On a more positive note, Nuno just finished his first game as West Ham manager this evening. Kind of just happened. I didn't even see an announcement video. For me, especially with a team that hasn't really invested that well, like Kyle Walker-Peters on the free. What else was there? Bits of business?
Midfielder Masoko or something like that. I don't know.
The fact that we're struggling is a sign they haven't done good business.
Diouf, the left back, could put a wicked ball in.
Yeah, good player. But I think Nuno, with the way he sets up, I think we were saying it earlier, can Nuno, because Bowen was still performing well under a very shocking manager in Potter during his tenure, and Lopetegui, still putting up numbers, still doing well. in a counter-attacking team where Bowen has pace to burn and will potentially get more freedom on the counter, can Nuno bring the best out of Bowen?
Yeah, well, I think Bowen will bring out the best out of Bowen.
Yeah, I mean, he has, but can he bring even more to the table now with the way that West Ham will probably set up?
I think so. I think what Nuno's going to do is already identify the problems. The problem with West Ham is like the gaps between the strike, the midfield, the defense is just this ocean. Like, especially playing at home, they get cut open like nothing. Like there's no tomorrow. But
Like a red velvet cake.
like a red.
Hungry now.
Oh, yeah. See,
I can actually hear your belly.
No, but I think. Do you think Bowen is the best player outside the top 7?
I've never heard the phrase top 7, so
Well,
that's bang
I'm adding Newcastle into it. I've always said I would have him at my club in an instant.
Semenyo.
Okay, I'd rather have Semenyo.
Would you? Maybe Semenyo. That's the one that comes to my head.
Semenyo and Bowen.
Grealish on his current form at Everton. I don't think maybe anymore. He's pushing on a bit now. Off the top of my head, no. I'd only say Semenyo. The fact that came to my head so quick is probably a sign.
You can go like Guehi.
Oh, Guehi, yeah.
Guehi's up there.
Oh, Adam Wharton.
No.
I rate Adam Wharton.
Yeah, Adam was a baller.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
And Ketia after the other day. Mateta. But he's...
Baleba.
No, it's getting ridiculous. I'd say...
I would say Bowen is a top player.
Yeah, I think there's too many players to go through. We'd need to get like every player list up. But yeah, I'd definitely say he's in that conversation.
Yeah, no, I was saying at the beginning of the season, I was like, this guy's top class. He's not probably world class, but boy, he can be efficient in a great team. But he's doing it at a club that he's captaining and leading and showing example. So, no, he's a great player, man. Great player. I think any club would be lucky to have him. But yeah, you'd hope that Nuno can get the best out of him. I don't think he needs Nuno to do any of that stuff, but I think Nuno's had a great effect on players that need rejuvenating, if anything.
Yeah, and I think he'd done that with Hudson-Odoi, and I think he'd done that with Elanga very well. And Elanga, Bowen will play a very similar role to what Elanga did at Forest. You know, on the counter, cutting in. He's not as fast as Elanga, but he's definitely got the same technical ability as Elanga. I'd say they're probably even.
Who?
Bowen and Elanga.
No, I don't think Elanga's got near the same amount of technical ability as Bowen.
Okay, well,
not even close. Elanga's just quick.
Similar profiles.
No.
Playing the same position and cutting.
No.
They do. Bowen plays on the right.
Yeah.
Elanga plays on the right for Forest.
Yeah, they don't cut him. More goes on the outside.
Who?
Elanga. He's right-footed.
Is he? Oh, of course he is.
Yeah.
Why do I think Elanga's left-footed? So many lefties know this. Anyway, Hudson-Odoi. Sorry, because I'm muddling everything up in my head. Hudson-Odoi hasn't exactly set the world on fire, but he's had a good kind of rejuvenation. And I'd say Elanga's done really well. And I'd say wingers very much benefit in Nuno's teams. I think you get a lot of space, a lot of time to counter. And if you've got a bit of pace like Bowen, I think he's got plenty to burn. Another player with pace and incredible technical ability, and someone who I rated and still rate, but I'm quite surprised he hasn't done that well, is Summerville. I rate Summerville very, very highly, and I'm a bit shocked he hasn't done as well as he should have at West Ham yet. And I think Summerville under Nuno as well can be a very good player. I remember watching him in the Championship, and it was like, oh my God. For Leeds, I was like, a top 4 club needs to sign this guy. His control in tight spaces, the way he keeps the ball, it's like it's glued to his feet. He's so quick with his feet as well. Drops the shoulder. His end product definitely improve a bit, but I'd say in the system like Nuno, where again I think wingers will get a lot more time on the ball. I think Summerville, and I will predict this, if West Ham get off to a good start, I think Summerville will play a big part along with Bowen. One player I just don't understand how we'll play in Nuno's system is Fulkrug. But then again, Wood.
Look at Wood, man. Wood was in the gutter before Nuno put his magic on him.
Yeah.
So, but Fulkrug,
I know I've got a bit of a belly at the moment. I'm just more worried about Fulkrug getting in the box, to be honest.
Fulkrug, who knows? Like, it's not like they got any adequate replacements or any adequate solutions. So, fucking Callum Wilson ain't doing it.
I also just think, and I've noted this down, like, through the Moyes era, the defensive solidity in that team, they've got a lot of defensive-minded players. You probably got one of the best defensive fullbacks in the league, in Wan-Bissaka, who's injured, Souček, Kilman, Tobido. I'd never know how to say his name. So you've got a lot of
Tojibu.
You've got a lot of players in that system that fit the way Nuno wants to play. So I can see it doing well. And you saw when West Ham play a bit more defensive-minded, especially under Moyes, they do well. I think at the end of the day, if you set up securely and more defensive-minded, when you're not investing as much as you are at West Ham, and when you've got, I don't want to say big lumps because they're technically gifted, but big boys like Souček and Kilman in your team, and you can shut out teams effectively with those player profiles, I think it benefits West Ham, unless they're starting to invest, similar to the Newcastle point you were making, in more technical players. Why would you not play defensive football? Because under Potter, under Lopetegui, you can't break teams down. Who are they playing in the 10? Really?
Who for
West Ham?
It's Paqueta, no?
Yeah, actually, to be fair, he's a very good 10. He's probably one of the best out there. But even Paqueta playing under those managers couldn't break teams down, and I don't know. I'd say they're more set up for defensive solidity. I think it's a worrying sign when two managers come in and you can't break down teams at all. You just look so frail.
I think Nuno can just make any team just by coaching them how to position themselves into the defensive team. I don't think any of the players are like Souček's. Is he good at defending? Really, I think he's more of a nothing player.
But he's a unit.
He's
sometimes
physically a presence.
Sometimes there's a presence in the low block. If you saw Souček and I know he's on loan now, but Alvarez in those holding midfielding spots, and then you've got Kilman and hopefully not Mavropanos if I'm a West Ham fan, but a better Tobido next to him. And you got Wan-Bissaka on the right and this new Juve guy on the left. As a block, that is intimidating. I'm going to think, how the fuck am I going to break that down? Because if you cross it in, they're gobbling it up. Point being, Nuno's a defensive-minded manager, sets up teams very well, and I think it will benefit them very well.
Who knows, man? West Ham, let me not say too much, but West Ham is not the best club. Like, what they did to Potter, disgraceful. Making him go out there and answer all these questions, knowing in your right mind that you're going to sack him an hour later.
Yeah, that's
absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Another thing in the long list of errors that West Ham and their board have done. But, they probably got the manager they wanted, the manager that the fans probably can look up to and admire. But to be fair, when I was saying Moyes out, was it even the right decision then?
No. I screamed from the rooftops not to sack Moyes.
Yeah, I'm not even a West Ham fan. I was like, Moyes got to go.
Yeah,
he's got to go.
But I looked at that squad and I'm like, unless they're starting to invest a lot in the squad, you need to play this brand of football. You need to play this brand of defensive football. And he's done so well. He won them a Conference League. They look miles off it now from doing that. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy in my opinion. West Ham board keep on fucking it up. I don't really want to touch on this for too long, but United, I've just got no words anymore. Maguire playing. Actually, do you want to go in because you've got a few United fans you probably want to address in this segment?
Where do I start?
Can I start?
You start.
Maguire playing a high line in a back five. One, bizarre. Why is your line so high in the back five? I don't understand that. Another thing I can't wrap my head around. Secondly, we established Maguire can't play in a high line about 3 or 4 seasons ago. Why is this happening again? Like, that was the one thing everyone said about Maguire. Do not play him in a high line. And then the stiffness of trying to play the Brentford striker offside. Oh my God. I could hear his hips.
Bro. Nah, man. It was... I was actually surprised, you know. I thought there'd be probably more... But I thought they'd be more defensively solid, but they played into Brentford's hands. Brentford are always going to try and hit them on a counter, create more space in behind, leave gaps all over the pitch. Obviously, you know, United probably had chances to get back in the game. It's probably a red card.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a red card.
It's a red card.
Yeah.
They missed the penalty anyway. And it's just like a double whammy. So, United, man.
What about in general? What is the final thing? Regardless of this Brentford result, because we know this kind of result's going to happen.
It's the manager. You can blame the players, and the players are technically not good enough to play in that system. Like you need to find solutions. Yes, you got a bunch of duds and like you got a couple of sparks here and there, but it's just such a stale club. Like you got Dorgu's not good enough. He's more of an outlet physically, but is he intelligent? No. Is he technically proficient? Probably not. He's young, can definitely develop into a good player. Got players like Shaw bringing the club down. It's just a disgrace. He's also selection. He doesn't help himself, man.
I've got 2 comments on the TikTok short we made about this before.
Yeah.
I just thought, read out some people who follow us. His comment is me talking about how they should have bought an extra central midfielder.
Oh yeah, you can't argue that.
So one guy commented, Amarim bypasses the midfield, so what's the point of wasting money on a player you don't really want? Yeah. So what? You just don't sign central midfielders then? Just put Delict in there because fuck it, he bypasses the midfield. Midfielders are the reason why Amarim is failing is because he's losing the battle in midfield. That's the whole point. So at least give yourself a better odds of winning football matches because centre midfielders win games for the most part.
At this rate, I honestly just feel like they're cursed. Even if they were to buy centre mid, it would probably just end up shit anyway. They can buy fucking prime Steven Gerrard, probably make him look like
But
Will Hughes.
But do you know why I was confused reading that? It just makes no sense. So if he bypasses the midfield, so we shouldn't do anything to the midfield. There is not a single midfielder that can save the ocean. That is United's midfield. Brackets except maybe Prime Kante on steroids. It's not a player issue per se. It's a tactical issue. They are too isolated from the attack and the defence, creating massive gaps in midfield. I wouldn't say he's wrong, but you definitely can invest in the midfielder that makes that system better or lessens the pain of it. Because as you say, none of those players are technically good enough. So I've literally had to go into comments on our TikTok videos because I have nothing else to say on this.
They need to be playing 3 in midfield minimum because the gaps there are just too large. And
I mean, he is right about that.
Yeah, they get played through.
But I still think you bring a midfielder in with legs and better technical quality, and it does make a difference.
I think I was watching Match of the Day and
the Michael Richards analysis.
You broke it down perfectly. It's just too chaotic. Nobody knows where to be, what to do. They don't know how they're gonna end the game. They don't know how they're gonna start the game. It's like, I think he's in trouble. I think he's in trouble. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. If he lost. Look, the record is terrible. 8 wins and 32.
I think he's got a 1% better win percentage than Potter had.
I saw something where it's 27% win percentage and Potter's got 26%. Will a new manager improve this?
I don't know.
Probably has to.
No, but
has to.
I don't know at this point. Mourinho's quote about finishing second is so amazing now. If I'm not a Man United fan and I'm feeling like this, Man United fans, I, for the first time in my life, after watching you have Cristiano Ronaldo score screamers from free kicks against Almunia in the Champions League, for the first time, I genuinely just feel sorry for you.
I don't. Bro, they've had it so good for years. Like, had it so good. They were cocky in school, cocky at uni, this, that. Maybe not at uni. You need a bit of a banter club.
You went to Manchester Uni.
Yeah, they were perfect. But do you know what I mean? Like, but even at uni, they're like, oh, we won it all. And obviously, we weren't great then, but nah, man. United, this has been long coming. Built by the Glazers. You can be crushed by them as well.
Poetic.
Yes.
Liverpool's woes. So, do you think Liverpool have started to show a bit cracks with that defeat against Palace?
I think they've been showing certain cracks all season, but at the end of the day, they got world-class players. But I think that now they actually even could have won that game, Like, it was a game of two halves. Don't get me wrong, they got ripped apart in that first half. Like, the way that Palace did them on the counter.
Football bingo,
yeah.
Gave it two halves.
Gave it two halves. But, yeah, like, they haven't been playing well all season. And I think even Liverpool fans can admit that. I think even at points last season, they weren't playing well, but they managed to dig in because, Salah was doing what he was doing. Trent was doing what he's doing. But I think now what we're seeing is maybe how important Trent was to Salah.
Yeah, I'd say because that's so funny you say that. When you were talking, I was like, has Salah fallen off a bit?
He hasn't. Like, he's just so cold in matches. He doesn't get the ball often.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how many times Trent would just pick him out, ball over the top, Salah through and go on the right, or in space, one-on-one. But now the ball's slow getting out to him, or the route there is blocked off. But Trent can find the angle to find the passes in one split second, and they're up the field. I think they're really missing a progressive passer like that, a world-class progressive passer. Like, all you have now is Conor Bradley, who's more of like an engine, a 1v1 machine defensively, and you have Frimpong, who is just a headbad merchant, kind of just what's he good at? Overlapping and sprinting. I said it like at the beginning of the season. Oh, people like, who is it? Morley was like, oh, we'll be better off without ya. I can't do an Irish accent, but
we'd be better off without you.
You fucking rats. But like, now Trent, obviously he's not had the greatest start to Real Madrid, but I think you're now starting to see some of the cracks. I think Liverpool will still be fine. They got Stobersley, got Salah, got Isak, who's probably going to start hitting form after 4 or 5 games. He's obviously knackered, hasn't had a preseason at all, playing catch up. They also didn't have Ekatike in that game. He's had a good start to life in the league, good player, solid. And Slot is smart. I don't think they're in trouble at all. I think the main thing they have to fix is the Konate issue, I think.
Yeah. Oh, God, you took the question out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Are Liverpool very vulnerable with Konate, and will they rue the chance of signing Guehi?
100%. They should have paid up, and sooner. They were trying to negotiate with Palace, and now they're walking into a situation where, yes, they can promise him a starting role with Konate probably going to go abroad to Real Madrid as well. At the end of the season, they can promise him that, but now every club's going to be on their knees for Guehi at the end of the season, unless they want to fork out probably similar amounts of cash that they were.
Could you see like Guehi going abroad, like to a Barca or a Real Madrid or a Bayern? Because Upamecano's out of contract, and we've got rid of a few centre halves recently, including De Ligt.
Bayern for sure. I don't think Barcelona will want Guehi, and I don't think Real Madrid will want him either. But Bayern, yes, yeah. I think Company loves his Premier League exports.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, the people that kind of underlook slightly, but
do you? I still think Guehi would suit a Liverpool or go to a Liverpool.
Oh, 100%. I think Guehi wants to go somewhere where he'll play, and at the end of the day, he's gonna have multiple options to pick from. I'm sure he's a smart lad. He'll probably pick the right one.
So you wouldn't panic about Liverpool, but they've got a few tough fixtures. You know, tougher fixtures than Palace away. Although Palace have been in like incredible form.
I did these rate any. I was thinking, oh yeah, Arsenal, got a great run of fixtures now. Fucking West Ham, yeah, should be winning, but Fulham away, tough. We do have the two away sides, the two promoted sides away from home. You know, something have looked dangerous. We should do them, but you know, like there's no easy games in the league. We saw what Burnley did to Liverpool, kind of stifled them.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, we'll see.
We will be there, and Liverpool will be there as well. It's just who's going to be consistent, who's going to be injury free, and who's going to make their chances count. You know, then when the other teams slip up, you have to be the one to take that chance and win that game.
Well said. Now, moving on to Maddest moment of the week. I think, firstly, we've got to highlight the fact that Ekatiko took off his shirt and got sent off. It's crazy stuff. Secondly, have you seen Jamie Carragher won an award in Athletic Club? Apparently, if you say Atletico Bilbao, it's Athletic Bilbao, it's offensive. Because that's what it's renamed to under dictator Franco in Spain. So, Athletic Club, they present an award, and I think they have with like Maldini, I want to say, or like one or two others as well. Because you know the history of Athletic Club, like you have to be from the Basque, like, or you have to be descended from the Basque or live in the Basque, or, full stop. And they don't sign anyone who isn't, which I think is crazy. Like the fact that they're as big a club as they are. Jamie Carragher before a La Liga match got presented with a one clubman trophy. And it's just really bizarre. I rate it because it's like, oh, we're praising people, you know, who are loyal. Hopefully Saka will win that one day. But I was just very confused. Did you see it?
Nope.
I was like, it looked like he had become the new manager of Athletic Club. Yeah. It's bizarre. You just got...
I can't even speak a word of Spanish.
Yeah. He'll probably go, como tapo too. But I'm aware that was French, by the way, to anyone listening. That was the point. You know, it's funnier when you explain the joke. Yeah, just bizarre. Bizarre. That's all I've got to say on that. You got any maddest moments you've seen?
Let me check. Also, fucking mad moment.
Go on.
The women's Ballon d'Or.
Oh, yeah, you did want to touch on this, to be fair.
Forgot about this. The women's fucking Ballon d'Or. Like, I feel like...
When were we talking about this? Was that on Monday last week?
Yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like, I understand it's the best player, but, you know, you see Dembele winning that award and, you know, like, how influential he's been to making PSG succeed stuff that they've never ever done. I think they won the treble. He was one of the most important players in the Champions League, scored vital goals. But when you imagine there being a situation where, okay, Arsenal win the Champions League. Saka was, you know, pivotal in that. Saka wins the Euros this coming year. Probably like, you know, around top contributions in the league or whatever. Imagine there being a situation where all that. I just don't think there's been, unless it's been like an outstanding individual year where they've scored like 80 goals plus. I don't think there's ever been a situation where the person who won the Ballon d'Or was, at least in the past 5 or 6 years, didn't win multiple big trophies outside of their league. Like I'm talking like a Euros, Champions League, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't really name them, but
did Nedved? Yeah, he probably won Serie A or something.
I don't know. We're talking about the new age of the Ballon d'Or. Like Rodri won the treble when they did it.
Yeah. I think it makes sense because you obviously contribute so much that your team has won the trophy.
Dembele, who won it before Rodri? Was it Modric?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Modric.
Modric. Do you know what I mean? Like they won the Champions League. Like, but we're seeing in the obviously Bon Mati, top player. Like, if anyone watches women's football attentively, she's been probably running the show for the past 3-4 years. You know, but you know, at the end of the day, she got to the Champions League final, got to the Euros final, lost them both. She definitely was influential in that team, but you even see people like Putellas who probably even had a greater impact for Barcelona. She had after doing an ACL, she's had an outstanding year. And I just find it mad, like, is it because she's the first woman to win it 3 times in a row? When you have players like Russo, top scorer in the Women's Super League, one of the mainstays in the England team that won the Euros and beat Bon Mati and her crew in the final, beat Bon Mati and her crew in the Champions League final. Then you have even what's her name? Is it Caldente? What's her name?
Yeah, I don't know women's football.
Was
it?
I should get this.
Arsenal won the Champions League, Women's Champions League, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, Arsenal. What's her name? Caldente. Yeah, Caldente. Yeah, I got it right. Mariona Caldente. Another baller. She won. You know, Arsenal didn't have the best domestic season, but she won Player of the Season. Do you know what I mean? Like, she actually won an award where it's like she was the best in WSL after Chelsea ran away with it. I can't remember if Chelsea won beaten last year, but to do that ahead of any of the Chelsea players and win the Player of the Season is crazy. And then you've obviously been so influential. You've won the Champions League. You're definitely the best player at Arsenal. Probably the best player in Europe at that point. You get to the Euros. You had a great Euros next to your rival in the rankings, and you don't win it. I don't know what's going on in the voting system, but I just know something is off, because that voting or whatever, however it's decided, is not as consistent as it is with the men's.
Although Rafinha 5th was outrageous.
As opposed to what?
Vitinha was 3rd.
Oh yeah, Vitinha, yeah. Exactly. That was probably more focused on the club of performance. Vitinha 3rd. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Forgot who came 4th.
Was it Harry Kane? No, Salah.
Yeah.
Salah. Well, Salah had it.
Yeah, Salah should have come above Vitinha. I don't understand that. I get Yamal 2nd. As long as you got Salah or Rafinha 3rd there, I don't really have a problem with
Vitinha.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just found that strange. I found that was a mad moment. There's been a lot of mad moments. R.I.P. The former Arsenal lad, what was his name again?
Oh, Billy Vigor, yeah.
Yeah, like...
That's mad for a different reason.
It's insane, like, we need to be protecting our players at every facet of football, every level, you know, even looking at fucking Old Trafford. I know, obviously, I'm not trying to get too deep here, but obviously, we imagine dying doing something you love when you probably thought you were just gonna have a good kickabout with the lads and like you know, go home to your family, and like you don't get to do that anymore because of certain ways the pitch is set up and stuff.
I've always thought, I think Old Trafford have changed it now, but like I saw it at Tottenham the other day. They've got that little hill still. I think it's so stupid.
The dip into the fucking...
That's so dangerous. And I've also thought, like, just a separate note, not even for danger, but like when players take corners in the Premier League, they've got like no space. I'm surprised players take corners as well as they do in the Premier League for the most part. No wonder they're playing it short here and there. But anyway, on the more serious note, there is a lot of problems with that. Like that dip at Spurs. I think I saw it when I was watching the Wolves game the other day when I got home from my game. I was just like, there does need to be more protection in that.
100%.
Even like, I'm thinking on Saturdays where we play at CDS in West London, I sometimes think like the rails are too close to the pitch, because if you whack your head off that gate, then you're fucked. But I suppose we're talking about a concrete wall compared to like a plastic fence. It's different. But yeah, it's outrageous. I think it's just a very sad situation, isn't it? There's not much else to say on it. Rest in peace. And I've signed a petition. I'll link it below in this pod, because I've signed a petition to ban like brick walls around stadiums. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the poor, I don't even want to get into it too much, but the poor guy that probably barged him didn't expect him to whack his head off a concrete wall. Do you know what I mean? They're just playing football. shouldn't be a situation where that happens.
Mm.
It was actually at Wingate.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Chichester were at home or Wingate were at home, but
Yeah, it was at Wingate.
yeah, it was at Wingate.
Yeah. I knew
Awful.
Chichester were away, but
Awful. Yeah, sad thing to move on from, but yeah. Just to wrap the pod up, we'll do Freak of the Week and Howler. I had my Freak of the Week, but
who's your freak?
I was gonna say Danny Welbeck. 2 goals. Chelsea. Love it when Danny Welbeck scores. He generally puts a smile on my face.
Mm.
Who else? Howler. I'm just gonna give it to Marinakis. I don't think Ange will be that bad, but I just think it's a step backwards when you didn't need to take a step backwards because your ego took over and you wanted to hire Ange.
Because you had dinner with him in Mykonos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was good picks. Good picks.
Who's your freak?
A freak. Give it to Jared Bowen, man. Being the man.
Fair.
Being the leader that he is.
Any last words?
Fuck him all. Millwall.
It's late. We probably shouldn't be this loud.
That was like a shouting whisper. Mill. No one likes us. No one likes us.